I need you to consistently do the same activities for 90 days so we can find efficiencies. Once we find efficiencies, we can find efficiencies in profit. We can find efficiencies in time. We can find efficiencies in every different way. Then we streamline, we execute again. By the time the end of that year rolls around, you should have a foolproof, ironclad system that actually works because you worked it, you assess it. We have a model that we use to build our systems, and this thing works. Hey guys, it's Chizette Cowan, your favorite real estate coach, and we are back here for week 4 in January to talk about how to grow a real estate business that funds, not runs your life. And I'm really excited to talk to you about. I have a few things that I'm working on, but this week I wanted to talk to you about consistency being the focus and the foundation for profit in your real estate business. So let's get into this video. Make sure you're subscribed. First of all, make sure you're on our email list. If you're not on our email list, you are missing tons of great content. We got tons of emails that we share that shows you the formulas that we use in our business to break down profit systems and track activities, and you will truly benefit from that. So please join the email list like ASAP. Now let's get into this. I have my phone because I want to make sure that I didn't miss a point and I had notes. I had a meeting today with an agent, and here's what I want to talk to you about. Consistency in activities is going to lead you to profit. And I'm going to break this thing all the way down. All right. So consistency. Consistency is the result, or the effort or the result of it should be efficiency. If I'm consistent at something, that means if I start doing it now and I do it 150 times, at the 150th time, I'm going to be better at doing it than I was at the first time. This is why you can't keep switching up the things you do to find clients, the things you do to run your business, because you never get to benefit from the efficiency that comes from consistency, which is time on task over time, right? That's a whole different ball game that when you tap into that, it will take your business into stratospheres. So here's what you have to understand. Efficiency helps you do what you've already been doing consistently better. When you do something better, you automatically tap into the ability to do it more profitably. Here's what I mean. When I first started my team, I paid for lead sources. I paid for lead sources because that's what I thought I had to do. When I started consistently learning how to nurture leads through a database, now I don't pay for leads. Now I put leads in my database, I nurture them. I have a VA help with that operation. However, now I'm able to be more profitable because I'm not spending the money on lead sources, because the consistency in the activity taught me to be more efficient. I learned that I could start to nurture leads through automation in a database. I didn't have to spend $10,000 a month on realtor.com, on Zillow.com, on buying leads from people. This is something that I want every agent to be able to tap into. A lot of times we're spending money because we haven't consistently done the activity that we're spending money on. For example, I will never pay for a lead source that I have to nurture the leads. Why? Because I can nurture the leads through my database without a cost. If I'm paying for a lead source, you have to slam dunk me, tie me in, and I'm closing the deal that same day. Otherwise, it's just not worth my money. Because why? As a business owner, I'm focused on the profitability of my business. Even if I'm buying a lead and it's $1,000 per lead, that's still money that I can nurture it through my database and keep that $1,000. Because if I close 50 deals, that's $50,000 that I expended because I didn't want to take the time to learn how to build a database. See, when you're cold calling, you're consistently learning how to nurture, consistently learning how to follow up, consistently learning how to have conversations that convert. That consistency is what's going to drive you to profit. So here's the thing. We want to make sure that when you understand this, you don't have to work as much. I went to a 4-day work week when I started to understand conversion. Conversion in real estate is everything. If you talk to 10 people and you're able to convert 5 of them into clients, then you have a 50% conversion rate. You were going to talk to 10 people anyway. So 10 people is the work, right? But if you talk to 10 people and you convert 10 of them, then guess what you have done? You have just doubled your income, but you didn't work more. You was already talking to 10 people anyway. The only difference is you didn't lose 5 of them to lack of skills, lack of training, lack of consistency. You were actually able to keep that. So now you doubled your income, but you didn't do any more work. This is why I tell people I don't have to work 5 days a week in order to have a successful real estate business. I'm skilled enough because of the consistency that I've built in my business. I'm skilled enough to convert very easily. My conversion numbers are in the 70s and 80%. So I can work less and I convert better. But here's what I want to talk about. This focus helps you expand when you become laser focused. You spend less time on non profitable activities and you can really crush your goals. How did I get there though? I started with the Pareto principle. Write that down. The Pareto principle. We know it as the 80-20 principle. The principle basically says that 80% of your results in your business are going to come from 20% of your activities. 20% of your activities for a realtor is lead generation, lead follow up, script and role play, going on appointments, negotiating contracts. That is your 20%. As a business owner, if these 5 things are going to produce 80% of my results, nothing gets in the way of these 5 things. This 5 things is my business. This 5 things are what I do every day. The 5 things when I sit down in my desk in the morning at 8 o'clock, this is what I'm doing. Lead generation, lead follow-up, script and role play, going on an appointment, negotiating contracts. That is my job. What happens is because you don't understand the Pareto principle, but now you do, thank you. And then 2, a calendar management system. When you have a calendar management system, consistency in activity becomes easy because now I'm not just saying I have to lead generate every day. It's a scheduled event on my calendar from 9:30 to 11:30 every day that I'm finding sellers for my buyers and buyers for my seller. That is my job, right? So when we start to understand this, there's no way that profit can be denied to us. And when we start to really hone in on this, while I'm doing my 20% to produce the 80% of the results that my business needs, I am going to be learning things that help me track profit. How I learned about the lead generation sources was from me consistently lead generating, tracking the income from lead generation. And I noticed, I said, we closed 4 deals with them. So we made $40,000, but it cost us 20. I can make $40,000 just by throwing them in a database, nurturing them. I don't need to spend 20 to do that. So now I begin to make better business decisions. When I talk about being the CEO of your business, these are the type of conversations and level of commitment and consistency that lead to profitable business. And the thing that really, I think really turned it over for me is when I realized that profit is what I have left to build my life with. So if I don't ever get to a point where I'm tracking profit, guess who's never going to have enough money to build a life? Because remember, our business goal is to have our business fund our life. So everything that I want to do should be supported and paid for by my business. However, how do I get there? I always like to go back in a sense that I don't want to start where we want to be. It's like, how do I get there? So I just had a meeting with one of the agents and I said, here's my goal. I need you to consistently do the same activities for 90 days so we can find efficiencies. Once we find efficiencies, we can find efficiencies in profit. We can find efficiencies in time. We can find efficiencies in every different way. Then we streamline, we execute again. By the time the end of that year rolls around, you should have a foolproof, ironclad system that actually works because you worked it, you assess it. We have a model that we use to build our systems. And this thing works. I tell people I'm now at a point where I don't even have to really work to get leads. All of my systems are set up, they just come in because the systems are firing off. And this is what I want for all agents. Why? So you can have time freedom. I got into real estate not for money. I was already making money. I got into real estate for time freedom. I want to live my life the way I want to. I don't want to be chained to a desk every day, every week. I don't want to not be able to go on vacation every year. There are just certain lifestyle things that I want in my life. And because of that, I'm willing to do certain things in business. So, baby, if you have watched this video, you got value. I want to tell you that the webinar that I'm doing this week on how to build a profitable business will already be done, but you can go to my website, theceoofrealestate.com. There will be a replay there. It will not be free, but the webinar is free. If you missed that, sorry, you'll get it next time. But here's what I want you to understand. I have a whole coaching training module to help you start to systematize your business. It is hands-on. It is it is structured in a way where you go from module to module, lesson to lesson, and you can really start to build your business from the ground up. Understand that everything that has to be erected has to be built. You don't build a house without pouring the foundation, counting the costs, figuring out everything that's going to take to complete that project. I want the same thing for you in your business. So the links are in the bio, right? In the description box, everything that you need to stay in contact with me is there. And I just trust that you're going to make the right decision for your business so you can start to actually build a business and not just sell real estate. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you on the next video.